Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's video guys, I'm gonna be showing you how to get tons of candy canes, and yeah, I'm gonna be telling you all of the best tricks and methods you guys would be able to use them in this video. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing, we all know that if you collect candy canes around the map, you should get some candy canes, around 2 to 5. It depends on the dates, because sometimes the devs do end up coding them for ×2 and ×4, but as far as I know it's ×2. So whenever you collect them, well, instead of getting 5 for a regular candy cane, you get 10. So yeah, just by collecting 2 of them, you've got 20. Or you can search for gifts. Again, gifts are not everywhere on the map. They do spawn, but not that often, so you might have to have an eye out for that gift that might spawn. Again, it's not in all servers, it just depends randomly, but yeah, usually it's around the leaderboard behind where I am, just here. Sometimes the gift do end up spawning here, and that gift gives you I'm pretty sure 10 in a single time. Right, so another thing is farming the boss, and we all know that the candy cane boss, whenever you fight it, it'll give you candy canes, and it'll always give you more than the hits. For example, I will earn 1,200 candy canes. This is really good, guys. But did you know, guys, that there are some few tricks that you can use in order to boost your candy canes and to gain them faster? So first thing first is, of course, being AFK at the boss. Now you need to be mindful. Sometimes VIP server are better than public server, because public server lags a lot. There's a lot of people, so basically they are fighting the boss and reducing your HP. So it means that they will get most of the candy canes instead of you. So you need to be mindful. I think the best option, again, not everyone can do that, but is to have your own VIP server and fill it with alts account. Get it to the maximum, so that the more players you have in a server, the bigger HP the boss will be. So first thing, if you're able to fill up the server with alts or friends or whatever, that is a good thing to have. Now, why have I mentioned VIP servers when public are exactly the same thing? Well, here's the thing. In public servers, the good thing is that the boss is bigger, so you might, like I said, you might get more candy canes. But the downside of it is that everyone would be in the middle AFKing, basically doing the exactly same thing as you, so they will end up taking HP from your boss. And yeah, that's not good. Rather, in VIP servers, you are alone. You can do that, but there is less players, so obviously you would get less HP boss. So now you need to choose which one is more beneficial for you. Do you prefer to stay in VIP servers with the lag and get more candy canes, or do you want to get faster, or do you want to get less candy canes but faster, which in the long term it's more beneficial for you, I think, to be honest. Now again, it depends, but there is not just only that you can do. So apart from VIP servers and having to fill up the server with alts or friends, or sometimes you can find public servers where it's full, but if you do end up finding that, then yeah, don't leave the server. This is a really good server for you. You might end up finding 20k or even 30k HP boss just for yourself, for you to farm, and that is a pretty good thing. Now, how I got 10 million? Well, first of all, I set myself AFK all night with another clicker in the middle, and yeah, I just basically let it farm overnight, and that's how I end up having most of my currency, whether it's candy cane or turkey legs or hearts or whatever. It's always the same method. But yeah, there is another thing in which I do, is when I set myself in the middle, right, so is here. Now you need to understand why we all choose the middle. The middle is the point where no matter where you are, the boss will always come back to you. So if you are here in the middle, or if you're here or somewhere on the middle, the boss is programmed to go all over the circle, or more all over the ring, and eventually will pass through the middle. So at some point with your sabers, you will end up hitting him. Like you see right now, I'm not touching him, but the more closer he gets from the middle, then the more hits I am giving him. And also another thing, he stands still between 1 and 3 seconds every time in the middle. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now another thing I do, I use this special emote. It's called Top Rock, and this emote allows me to spin at 360. Now this is where it's really important. When you're fighting the boss, you just basically with your saber you swing what's in front of you, so that if you were, for example, to fight the boss without the emote, for example, let's try it there, I can fight the boss when the boss is in front of me. But let's say if the boss were behind me, well, while I'm fighting, I can't just hit the back or the sides unless if I have that emote, because that one is spinning at 360. As you guys can see, my avatar is going in a full circle, so it means that when I'm swinging, I can now hit every side of the ring, and that is really helpful. I've already used that technique for grinding fire, and it works with everything, to be honest. So yeah, that way you hit all the sides. Now another thing I wanted to say, hitting all the sides and be able to turn at 360 is a great advantage. But yeah, the more the boss gets away, well, the less I can hit him. Unless, again, if you get a longer saber. Let me show you what sabers I recommend you should be using. So the first one would be the slit saber. That's the most popular. Everyone used it for fire and that. It is the longest saber in the entire game. So that one you won't find more longer than that one. That one is really long. Now there's a good side with that one and there's also a bad side. Let me tell you why. So everybody thinks that, well, because it's long you will hit it far, which is good, that's actually true. Because for example, I can even go here and I will fight the boss from the distance. Well, now it's going away, but yeah, from here, okay? See, I've hit it 15 hits, but it's not in me, but I can still reach him. Like for example, oh, silly boss. But yeah, anyways, that is a good thing, right? And even if you use the emote, that's even better. Let me show you. So while using the emote and that saber, I can now reach a little bit more further than what I was supposed to do with the max sabers. But there is a downside of it. The only problem with that saber is that, of course, it's the longest saber in the game, but many people do not realize that this is just one set of saber compared to other sabers where they are a little bit shorter than that one, still close to that one, but they are doubled. So it means that instead of just holding one in your hand, you basically have a massive saber on your hand that basically goes from the front and to the back, and that way you can hit from all angles. Let me show you which one it is. And yeah, to be honest, because we all know that that saber is the longest, and yeah, this is true. But if you do have a lot of coins, or if you already purchased max sabers or anything, that shouldn't be a problem for you. Let me just scroll all the way down and I'll show you guys.
A few moments later.
There we go, I found it. Dual Chaos Great Swords. And those, my goodness, they are pretty big. Not as long as the slit, of course, but as you guys can see, look at that. Oh my goodness, that's really long. And that's what I'm talking about. Some people are saying that those sabers are worse than the slits, but when you think about it, the slit is only at one side, so you will only fight the front and not the back. Rather, those are quite, they are long, you can't deny that, and they are almost as long as the slit. Of course, a little bit shorter, but they are dual. So it's like you've got 4 sabers basically, and just with that one, you hit more. I mean, what do I mean is that your range is bigger, so you will hit basically anything that is around you while using those sabers. Could you see, guys? So you hit the front and the back. As you guys can see, I've just hit the boss right now. The boss is passing, and yeah, I've just gave it a hit. But again, you can increase that by making it even better while using the top emote. Now you spin at 360, and at the same time you've got sabers that will hit in the front and in the back, and now you're using that emote to get all the angles. And that's what I do, to be honest. I prefer those sabers over the slit, because those ones, first of all, they're quite thick, so they will hit a lot more. And yeah, they're quite big, they're long, and yeah, as you guys can see, they've got double sides. So because they're on both sides, well, I've got more chances of hitting the boss from any angles. Some people even use another one, which is, let me find it, yeah, those type of sabers, because they say that those are longer. True, but as you guys can see, they are not that big, to be honest. They're quite small. They are long and they are dual, yes, but they are not as thick as a Chaos Blade. So it means that they will still be able to fight the boss, but it won't be as good as that one. For me, the best saber to farm anything, to be honest, whether it's fire, crowns, or anything, for me it would be the dual chaos great swords. To be honest, nothing goes above that, because yeah, as you guys can see, look how tall this is. Okay, it's not as tall as this slate, but you've got it as a double. So when you think about it, you've got like a, I don't know how many meters is that, but long saber. And yeah, with that one, you'll be able to hit anything. And I'm not just talking about the candy cane boss, I'm even talking about fire. I mean, when you're grinding fire, you hit all angles. So it's the same thing, it works with all bosses, like even that one. Yeah, see, some people just put this like that guy, but he just hits the front and the back, and a little bit. See, it's just 1 and 2 sabers. When my one, it's like I've got 4 sabers, and I can hit all angles. Plus, I'm using the top rock emote, which allows me to spin at 360. So I'm basically unstoppable, and I think this is the best method on farming for the candy canes, I think, to be honest. So if you got a full server with those sabers, I think you're on a good track. Well, yeah guys, I think that's all for today's video on how to get tons of candy canes. I really hope that was helpful, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you got any suggestions, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on a next one.